Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today, we're talking about a tiny stretch of water that holds the entire global economy hostage. Imagine the main artery to your heart. Now, imagine that artery is only 21 miles wide, and several powerful competing forces have their fingers right on it, ready to squeeze. That's the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway, nestled between Iran and Oman, is the channel connecting the oil-rich Persian Gulf to the rest of the world. And what happens here can affect the price you pay for gas, the goods on your shelves, and even global peace itself. So how did this small strait become one of the most important and dangerous places on Earth? Let's dive in. First, let's talk numbers, because they are staggering. Every single day, about 21 million barrels of oil pass through the Strait of Hormuz. To put that in perspective, that's roughly 1/5 of all the oil the world consumes daily. It's not just oil. About a third of the world's liquefied natural gas, or LNG, also sails through these waters. For major oil-producing countries like Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and the UAE, this strait is their only sea route to the global market. Most of this energy is headed to Asia, powering the economies of China, Japan, India, and South Korea. Because the strait is so narrow, any disruption, let alone a complete closure, would be catastrophic. Global oil prices could skyrocket, potentially past $100 a barrel. This would trigger massive inflation and could easily plunge the world into a severe economic recession. It's a true economic lifeline, and it's incredibly fragile. This strategic importance isn't a new discovery. The Strait of Hormuz has been a flashpoint for centuries. Back in the 16th century, the Portuguese and Ottoman empires fought over it to control trade routes. More recently, during the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, it became the stage for what was known as the Tanker War. Both sides attacked each other's oil tankers, with over 400 commercial ships caught in the crossfire. Fast forward to today, and the tension is still thick in the air, primarily between Iran and the United States. Iran has repeatedly threatened to close the strait as a response to international sanctions or military pressure. It's a powerful threat because Iran's own economy depends heavily on its ability to export its oil through that very same passage. These aren't just empty threats. Recent events show just how precarious the situation is. Iran has been accused of harassing and even seizing commercial vessels. In April 2024, Iranian forces seized a container ship. Just a month before that, they detained 2 tankers they claimed were smuggling fuel. These incidents often spike when political tensions with the US and its allies are high. In response, there's a heavy international military presence patrolling these waters. The U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet is based nearby in Bahrain, tasked with ensuring maritime security. There is also a European-led mission called EMASOH, supported by countries like France and Germany, whose goal is to protect commercial shipping and de-escalate tensions. The entire situation is a complex geopolitical chess game. For Iran, its control over the northern coast of the strait gives it a powerful lever to push back against international pressure. For the United States, ensuring the free flow of commerce is a vital national interest, and they've made it clear that any attempt to close the strait is a red line. The Gulf Arab states, like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, are in a tricky position. They depend on the strait for their exports, but are also trying to de-escalate tensions with their powerful neighbor, Iran. To reduce their risk, they're investing in building pipelines that bypass the strait altogether. And then there's China. As a massive importer of Middle Eastern oil, China has a huge stake in keeping the strait stable and open, but it relies on the US military to provide security. So what we have is a constant, high-stakes standoff. The potential for a miscalculation or an intentional provocation to spiral into a much larger conflict is always there. The stability of the Strait of Hormuz isn't just a regional issue, it's a global one. The future of our energy security and economic stability is tied to the safe passage of ships through these narrow, turbulent waters. It's a delicate balancing act, managed by diplomacy and military deterrence, and a situation the entire world is watching, whether they realize it or not. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online.